In an unpredictable world, preparing for economic upheaval is both prudent and necessary. A looming Great Depression can transform daily life, turning abundance into scarcity overnight. It's not about panic, but about being smart and ready to endure financial storms. To face the brutal reality head-on, one needs reliable essentials that ensure survival and resilience. In this video, we'll cut through the fluff and present 10 must-have items for those who understand that calamity can strike when least expected. Brace yourself as we delve into practical acquisitions essential for safeguarding your future in unsettling times. 10 non-perishable food items are an absolute necessity when preparing for a potential economic slump. As financial uncertainties loom, ensuring a steady supply of food that is not susceptible to spoilage becomes paramount. Canned goods such as beans, vegetables, and soups provide a reliable source of nutrition that can be stored for extended periods. They are budget-friendly and versatile, forming the backbone of countless meals without the constant need for refrigeration. It's crucial to have a variety, ensuring that you don't lean too heavily on one type of nutrient, leading to imbalanced diets. Dry goods like rice, pasta, and grains are staples you simply cannot afford to ignore. With their impressive shelf life and ease of storage, these items form the foundation of meals worldwide. Stocking up on these essentials can turn an otherwise dire meal into something sustaining. They are the foods that stretch, filling plates without emptying wallets. No gimmicks or frills, they do the job they're meant to do, keeping your stomach full and providing necessary energy during hard times. When a depression hits, the convenience and longevity of non-perishable items come to the fore. There is no guarantee of refrigeration, no certainty that fresh food will be available or affordable. This is where your stash of non-perishable items becomes a lifesaver. They demand nothing from you except a place to stand by, ready and waiting whenever you're in need. Preparing meals from these can become a straightforward task and removes the relentless stress of uncertain availability of perishables. Ignore the bells and whistles of trendy food items. Non-perishables are the workhorses in your pantry. They remind you of their worth when fresh options are scant or prices skyrocket beyond reach. A well-stocked cupboard with these items reduces trips to the store, crucial when conserving fuel or when travel is restricted. In essence, they offer a safety net, albeit a humble one, during times when everything else appears to be spiraling. So, don't hesitate. Overlook the impermanence of fresh produce and the allure of ready-to-eat meals. Your focus should be on the pragmatic, never out-of-demand non-perishable food items. When others scramble for dwindling supplies, you'll rely on your foresight and preparedness with a pantry full of possibilities. It's not about gourmet dining, it's about day-to-day survival during a Great Depression. Fill your shelves with these indispensable items, and you'll thank yourself when those harder days arrive. 9 water and filtration systems are critical in preparing for any significant economic downturn, such as a Great Depression. While it might seem like a low priority in times of plenty, access to clean, safe water can quickly become an urgent necessity when the economy collapses. Bottled water is straightforward and easy to store, providing an immediate source of hydration. Not having to rely on potentially unstable municipal services or contaminated water supplies is a significant advantage. In a harsh economic climate, even basic necessities can become scarce or expensive, so having a substantial stockpile of bottled water ensures that you and your family can maintain health and hygiene without compromise. However, a stockpile of bottled water will not last forever. That's why investing in water purification tablets or filters is just as crucial. These devices offer a renewable solution for obtaining clean water. When you can't rely on store-bought supplies, you'll need to turn to whatever sources are available: lakes, streams, or even rainwater. But these sources are often teeming with bacteria, viruses, and pollutants that can make you desperately ill. A good water filter or purification tablet kills these harmful organisms, making the water safe to drink. Depending on the quality of your purification system, you might even be able to remove heavy metals and chemical pollutants, which you certainly don't want in your body. The importance of a reliable water supply cannot be overstressed. During a Great Depression, financial systems can collapse, leading to a breakdown in services we take for granted. Without these services, water can become contaminated or entirely unavailable. You'll need to be ready for this, and water and filtration systems provide that vital safety net. When everything is falling apart, you don't want to be scrambling for resources. Ensuring you can purify and store water is not just preparation, it's survival. There's no room for a half-hearted approach when planning for hard times. If you're not preparing, you're going to find yourself in a desperate situation very quickly. With water and filtration systems, the aim is to remove uncertainty. Trust in the idea that you can control at least this part of your life. The government's not going to feed you, the economy's not going to hand out free anything. DIY survival starts with making sure you can control your essentials, which means having a robust plan for water access. So don't put it off. If you find yourself in a crisis without a reliable water supply, the outcome will not be good. Make the investment now while you still can. 8. First aid supplies. When preparing for economic disaster, first aid supplies are non-negotiable. Imagine an economic downturn so severe it cripples healthcare access. Massive service delays, skyrocketing medicine prices, and overwhelmed hospitals become the new normal. Welcome to the Great Depression scenario. In such harsh times, a basic medical kit isn't just advisable, it's a necessity. Stocking up on bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, and over-the-counter pain relievers should be at the top of your priority list. Why? Because when cash runs tight and pharmacy shelves empty out, you'll need to handle minor medical issues at home. A well-stocked first aid kit allows you to treat cuts, bumps, and minor injuries without relying on systems that may not be functional. But don't stop at basic supplies. You have prescription medications? Stock up. Think about the grim possibility of medicine shortages. Without adequate supply, chronic health issues could become life-threatening. With disrupted supply chains and fewer pharmacies open, you might find yourself unable to obtain necessary medication when you need it most. Purchase extra doses whenever you can. Store them securely and track their expiry dates, ensuring you have enough to last during those dire times. Including first aid knowledge in your prepping arsenal is just as crucial. Understand how to use each item in your kit. Learn to identify symptoms that require professional care versus those you can manage yourself. Remember, in a depression scenario, medical professionals may be scarce and access limited. Sites like the Red Cross offer courses that can provide life-saving skills. Let's talk about practicality. Investing in a comprehensive medical guidebook could mean the difference between managing health issues at home and risking exposure to a failing medical system. A detailed paperback guide will offer treatment options, allergy advice, and emergency procedures. The internet might not be your savior when the economy collapses and tech infrastructure falls apart. Bluntly put, having first aid supplies and the knowledge of how to use them gives you a fighting chance. It's better to be seen as paranoid than ill-prepared. In a Great Depression scenario, health isn't just wealth, it's survival. Your home needs to become a small clinic that can cater to immediate health needs without outside help. Don't gamble on hope. Trust that preparedness will spare you from being collateral damage in an economic downturn. 7. Essential clothing and footwear. When preparing for a financial crisis like a Great Depression, it is crucial to consider your clothing and footwear needs. Forget fashion trends and focus on practicality and durability. You need clothing that will last, withstand harsh weather conditions, and provide comfort throughout prolonged wear. Splurge on durable, weather-appropriate clothing items now while you still can. Look for high-quality materials that resist wear and tear. Think heavy-duty jackets, thick sweaters, and pants constructed from sturdy fabric like denim or canvas. These items won't win any style awards, but being warm and protected is far more important than impressing anyone with fashion during tough times. Footwear is no different. Your feet will likely take a pounding if you're walking more to save on travel costs or doing more manual labor to make ends meet. Invest in sturdy shoes or boots that can endure the elements and rough terrains. Prioritize footwear with reinforced soles, water resistance, and solid grip. Here, quality trumps quantity. One pair of well-made boots can outlast multiple pairs of inferior shoes. Choose wisely and avoid fancy brands demanding premium prices just for the logo. What you want is durability, not designer appeal. Moreover, don't ignore the importance of proper maintenance of your clothing and footwear. Learn simple repair skills and have a basic sewing kit on hand. Mending clothes and fixing shoes can stretch their lifespan significantly. Familiarize yourself with proper storage methods to preserve your garments and footwear during off-seasons. In a financial crisis, your clothing and footwear may also become part of a barter system, so having extra, well-kept items could serve as a valuable trading resource. The essence here is to prepare for longevity and utility. Forget about the fast fashion approach. The mindset shift is vital. An economical wardrobe built for endurance is indispensable when money is tight and supplies may become scarce. It's blunt but true. During a Great Depression, those who chose style over substance in their clothing choices may struggle. Be smart. Invest now in essentials that will secure your comfort and functionality in the long run. Don't delay or wait for a deal. Quality comes at a cost, but it is a necessary expense when preparing for uncertain times. 6. Hygiene products. When you're staring down the barrel of a potential economic collapse, the last thing you want to worry about is running out of basics like hygiene products. Let's face it, no one enjoys a rancid body odor or cavities, And these are just a couple of the issues you'll face without proper access to soap, shampoo, and toothpaste. Stock up now because when the time comes, the market shelves will be wiped clean, trust me. Social and personal appearances aside, staying clean is crucial for your health and survival. You don't want to become a breeding ground for bacteria and diseases, especially when medical help might become luxuries we can ill afford. Next on the list are feminine hygiene products. If you're thinking you can just wing it when times get tough, think again. These are non-negotiable items for many, and they are as essential as food. Imagine dealing with a world spiraling into chaos, and then add to that the inconvenience of not having the proper supplies during menstrual cycles. Not only is it uncomfortable, but it can also lead to infections if cleanliness is compromised. So stockpiling these crucial items is absolutely necessary. Moreover, any sort of economic downturn tends to make even the simplest items more expensive or impossible to find. By securing hygiene products now, you're not just buying convenience, you're investing in your own comfort and dignity for when things get rocky. Inflation could hit hard, leaving essentials priced out of your budget range, or they could undergo rationing. Either scenario leaves you in a bind without the necessary preparations. Finally, don't underestimate the psychological benefits of cleanliness. When everything around you is unpredictable and descending into chaos, keeping up with your personal hygiene can give you a semblance of routine and normalcy. It fortifies your mental resilience. So while others may be scrabbling for the last bar of soap or tube of toothpaste, you'll be sitting pretty with enough supplies to weather the storm. This isn't about paranoia, it's about practicality and survival. Prepare now, thank yourself later. 5 household supplies. When preparing for an economic downturn, do not underestimate the significance of stocking up on household supplies. It might seem trivial, but these items are essentials that keep your home functioning smoothly, no matter the circumstance. Cleaning products, in particular, are non-negotiable. A clean home is not just about comfort, it's about maintaining hygiene and preventing illness, especially when accessing medical care might get tougher. During tough times, basic supplies like soap, disinfectants, and detergents will be crucial to keep your environment sanitary. Imagine dealing with a flu outbreak at home when cleaning supplies are scarce. It's simply an avoidable risk you shouldn't take. Let's talk about batteries and flashlights. Power outages can occur without warning, and being in the dark is not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Having an ample supply of batteries and functional flashlights ensures you can navigate your home safely and securely, no matter when the lights go out. During a depression, utilities might become unreliable, making these simple tools invaluable for your everyday safety. Don't count on technological gadgets that require a constant power source, because in reality, they can fail when you need them the most. Besides the obvious items, think beyond. What else might your household need regularly that could become scarce? Paper products, personal hygiene items like toothpaste and toilet paper, and garbage bags are supplies you simply cannot afford to go without during tough times. Stock them now while they're available and affordable. Don't wait until the shelves are empty. By then, it might be too late. Being blunt about it, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Economies can collapse, supply chains can be disrupted, and inflation can make the simplest items prohibitively expensive overnight. The coronavirus pandemic showed us how quickly everyday products could become scarce. Households scrambled for supplies that most folks never imagined would run dry. We learned the hard way that some supplies are not merely conveniences, they are critical to our survival and well-being. Don't fall into a false sense of security. Remember, being proactive is your responsibility. Take charge now. Make a list, check stock levels, and ensure that your home is well equipped to handle anything that a Great Depression might hurl your way. You don't want to be out there, joining the frenzied masses trying to grab whatever is left. Take action now so you can sit back later, confident that your family is taken care of, while others realize they should have done the same. 4 gardening tools and seeds. Investing in gardening tools and seeds is an absolute necessity if you're prepping for hard times like a Great Depression. When economic downturns test your purchasing power, growing your own food at home turns from a hobby into a lifeline. Who'd want to rely entirely on unpredictable supply chains when you can secure a steady, self-sustaining supply of fresh vegetables and herbs in your very own backyard garden? Let's start with the basics, the essential gardening implements. We're talking about shovels, hoes, rakes, and trowels. These are not optional, they're the bare minimum tools you need to break ground and keep your plot in check. Add pruning shears to that list so you can maintain your plants and keep them producing. Without these tools, your odds of cultivating a productive garden drop significantly. You can't protect yourself from economic instability with flimsy plastic toys. Invest in quality tools, ones that can stand the test of time and the strain of regular use. Now, on to seeds. Think vegetables and herbs, those things you eat every day. Acquire a diverse selection such as tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and carrots. They're staples in most meals and relatively easy to grow. Don't forget about herbs like basil, cilantro, and mint, which can not only flavor your food but also provide some medicinal benefits. Make sure your selection of seeds includes heirloom varieties. They may cost a little more up front, but these seeds give you the advantage of saving seeds from each harvest, allowing you to continue planting year after year without having to buy new seeds. In case you find yourself unable to source seeds during tough times, having your own stockpile is crucial. Put some thought into storage as well. Keep your seeds in a cool, dry place, and they'll last for years. Preserving seeds properly ensures you always have the potential for a next crop, season after season. 3. Cooking supplies and equipment. If you think you'll make it through tough times without solid cooking supplies, think again. A portable stove or grill is non-negotiable. You need a reliable heat source. During the Great Depression, those who could cook and preserve their own food stood a better chance. So don't mess around with cheap knockoffs. Get something that works when you absolutely need it to, because cold food will become quite unappealing faster than you think. Next on the list are cooking utensils and pots. Imagine trying to whip up a stew or fry an egg without a skillet or ladle. Your best bet is to invest in durable, multi-purpose tools that won't rust or fall apart after a few uses. Go for stainless steel or cast iron. These materials last and won't let you down. Skip the luxury gadgetry. What you need are the basics that will handle anything from boiling water to baking bread in dire circumstances. Food preparation isn't just about eating, it's about survival. Having the right gear means you can turn basic ingredients into something not only edible but halfway decent. This can make the difference in keeping spirits high when everything else seems bleak. You'll be thankful for the foresight when you can prepare food outside, in your garage, or anywhere conditions are less than ideal. In essence, point number 3 is a wake-up call. Stocking up on cooking supplies and equipment isn't about being cautious, it's about being smart. The next Great Depression could easily turn store shelves bare, leaving those without the means to cook in a tight spot. You don't want to be among them. Equip yourself and be ready to fend for yourself when resources become constrained. 2. Basic home repair tools. In a financial downturn like a Great Depression, relying on professionals for basic home repairs can be a luxury you can't afford. That's why a solid set of basic home repair tools is not just nice to have, it's essential. First things first, invest in a hammer, nails, and screwdriver. These are the bread and butter of any tool collection. A hammer isn't just for pounding nails into the wall, it can be used for pulling them out too, and if necessary, it can double as a primitive but effective persuader when materials refuse to cooperate. Nails aren't complicated, but they are indispensable. You can use them to hang pictures, repair furniture, or just hold things in place when glue fails. Similarly, a set of standard screwdrivers, both flathead and Phillips, is critical. Screws are everywhere, and knowing how to handle them ensures your household doesn't fall apart at the seams. Don't just pick up the cheapest option available, make sure you're grabbing tools that will last, because breaking equipment while in the middle of a job can turn a minor inconvenience into an outright disaster when money's tight. A multi-tool or utility knife is another no-brainer addition to your toolkit. They are incredibly versatile and take up almost no space. Whether you're cutting through tough packaging, trimming wires, or even sharpening other tools, a good multi-tool can save the day. Make sure you have one within arm's reach at all times, especially when resources are scarce. The key here is self-sufficiency. You're not ordering takeout every night, you're cooking with what you've got. The same principle applies here. Solve minor problems yourself, so you're not throwing money down the drain on a handyman's fee for things you can easily tackle. Your home might spring a leak or a door might come off its hinges. These tools make sure you can address these issues without professional help. In dire times, being equipped to deal with your own repairs can mean the difference between a home that's falling apart and one that maintains its value and functionality. 1. Self-defense items. In times of economic downturn, personal security can become a major issue. As society struggles with financial instability, crime rates often surge. This makes self-defense items one of the most critical purchases. First on the list should be pepper spray or a personal alarm. These tools are not just minor accessories but essential components of personal safety. Pepper spray can incapacitate an attacker momentarily, giving you the precious seconds needed to escape a dangerous situation. The mere sound of a personal alarm, on the other hand, can alert others nearby and deter potential threats. These are straightforward, affordable, and easy-to-carry tools, ensuring you are always prepared. Understanding self-defense techniques is equally crucial. It's not enough to simply own self-defense tools. Knowing how to effectively use them can mean the difference between life and death. Take the time to learn basic self-defense strategies. This could involve taking a local class or studying online resources. You should not underestimate the importance of being able to defend yourself physically. In a crisis, law enforcement resources could be stretched thin, resulting in delayed response times. Being prepared and knowing how to handle yourself in dangerous situations will provide you with an invaluable sense of security. The harsh reality is, during times of severe economic distress, desperation can drive people to extreme actions. The value of being prepared to protect yourself and your loved ones cannot be overstated. Those who take their security seriously invest not just in physical tools but also in the knowledge and training necessary to use them effectively. Unlike other purchases, self-defense items fall into the category of essentials with no room for compromise. Apathy towards personal safety in such an era is an invitation for disaster. It is important to stress that self-defense is not just about preparation for what might happen, it's a statement of self-reliance. During economic depressions, the illusion of society's steadfast structure can crumble, and each person needs to assume responsibility for their own safety and security. Buying self-defense items is an acknowledgement of this reality and a proactive step towards safeguarding oneself against a world that fails to provide that protection. Don't wait for things to go south, and don't be caught off guard. Equip yourself with self-defense items now, because if and when things get tough, being prepared isn't an option, it's a necessity. In uncertain times, preparation is not just advisable, it's imperative. From stocking up on indispensable kitchenware and essential tools to securing self-defense items, planning ahead is your lifeline. The world is unpredictable, and financial downturns are relentless tests for those unprepared. Each item discussed, from cooking supplies to personal security tools, is not merely an acquisition but a commitment to survival. Face the harsh reality: in a Great Depression, conveniences vanish and self-sufficiency reigns supreme. Do not gamble with the future, ensure you have what you need before it's too late. Prioritize preparation, because failure to do so is an invitation to hardship.